We bought this sauna at Costco.com and now I'm going to put it together. Anything that you see in this video is probably wrong. I've never put one of these together. So if you've watched the video of us unboxing a lot of this, what we did is we ended up finding all of these boxes in the top, which is over here. And it was covered by a bunch of like MDF. And so this fell out of it, with the exception of this. This was actually on the pallet too by itself. But so inside of this box we have some paperwork, some jumpers, so it tells you some of the wiring for the video screen. Please note, this model sauna has been completely assembled and tested prior to packaging. The rear wall panel is intentionally warped as part of the overall design. 2 adults will be needed to assemble the sauna room. Thank you for purchasing. Dynamic Saunas, model DYN-6996-01. 6-person sauna owner's manual. So I don't know if we'll need this too much, but definitely we'll go through it as the project goes on. Here we have more electronic gizzies. Look at that. We got a remote control controlling the colors. Audio wire input, that's so you can, over the radio, you can play what's on your personal device. TFT LCD monitor mobile, so that's your monitor screen for controlling it. Some batteries for one of the devices. Some screws, which look like Phillips, number 2 Phillips type screws. Some smaller screws, number 1 type Phillips probably. Here's another little baby screw for something. Some smaller screws as well. So a lot of Phillips head screws. Some type of handle for the glass door, I imagine. That's kind of cool. Looks like a little Allen wrench to take it apart and then put it together once the door is on. So that's the little orange. Oh, there's some more. That's the Allen wrench. A little Allen wrench and an additional set screw. That's cool. Takes care of the orange box. Side of the box that came on the pallet with all the other stuff is SoundStream VR-345B. Looks like it's got a DVD player, CD, MP3, AM, FM receiver with USB, Bluetooth, and detachable 3.4-inch LCD display. So that's pretty cool. So that'll go in towards the end. And then over here, actually have the LCD monitor, which next to the top. That's pretty cool. Got some screws to mount it to the mount in the top, which I don't know if you can see that. It's over here in the top. See this mount here? That's where that goes. So that's cool. So we'll put all this away for later. I'll go ahead and show all the different parts here. So this all came in, I put a time lapse of unboxing it. I didn't show getting it down into the basement because quite honestly there was a lot of expletives. That's the bottom. One of the side panels here. Here we have the back panel, the right side panel as we look at the front. We have the top. One thing that's really important with this sauna is that you have to realize that it's not a standard 15 amp circuit, it's going to be a 20 amp circuit and a 20 amp outlet. The way that you can tell that is because you have one prong that's sideways, one regular prong, and the other prong is sideways. I can't emphasize enough that when you install this sauna, I recommend having a qualified electrician do all of your electrical work. Here are the pieces that we'll be using to put inside of the sauna. Here we have our front glass piece. This piece is the heaviest piece and one that we need to be extra careful in getting it placed both into the area you're going to be having your sauna as well as attaching it to the sauna itself. We actually ended up breaking a small piece off on the side when we tried to bring it down, but we should be able to get that glued on. So that's what the bottom looks like. One thing you should look at here is that we've got two, they look like C13 plugs, like you'd have for a computer. Instruction manual. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read this. Right panel, rear panel, left panel, back panel. This is bench panel, bottom panel. Okay, one power supply. Both power supply boxes are the control center of the sauna. They are installed on the roof panel and have input outputs connected to them. One of the two power supply boxes can be seen below. So that's where that is. Main power of the sauna. Okay, I don't think I really need to worry about that. Where's the, I'll come back to that later. Talks about the latches. Those seem fairly self-explanatory. There's some claspy things. Floor panel, okay, when the floor panel faces upward, you will find heat emitter panels in the center of the floor panel. Okay, and a power cord at the rear. We have two power cords at the rear. Okay, choose a good location to install the sauna. Boom. Okay, so done that. Dry level and away from a source of water. Yeah, that's good. Main power cord must easily be accessible. It's right there, so that should be fine. 2 adults required for installation. Well, like I said, this is not meant to be done the way everyone else done. I'll probably have my wife help me with the really heavy door part. Location must be dry level. I already read that. So tools required: Phillips screwdriver and a ladder. Okay. Installing the floor panel. Place the floor panel on the floor. Turn the floor panel so that the heated power cord is at the rear. So I got the two power cords at the rear. Rear panel and side panels. Place the rear panel up against the floor panel. Attach the rear panel to the side panels using the buckles. So I guess I'm going to go do that now. Now we have that. Okay, so installing the lower bench heater panel and wood brace. Insert the correct lower bench heater panel. Please note that the lower bench heater panel and middle level bench heater panel are not the same. Proceed in inserting the wood brace fixed frame. So, okay. So that's, you can see there's like a, that's that back panel. That's this panel. And so we need this wood frame deal. Installing the middle level bench heater panel. Insert the middle bench heater panel and connect the middle level bench heater into the rear wall outlet. Okay, so I think I got this all committed to memory. I think this here is the one that goes on the bottom. So you can see the back side here. It's got another one of these plugs. Male plug, C13 style plug. See here. I wonder if there's an up, for an up arrow. The writing is up that way. I'm gonna put it so that the wire is going down on the bottom. This is a big piece here. It's a little bit of a place where there's a little bit of a, where just the tree ring grew, it's pulling apart a little bit. Not sure how this goes up. It's not real clear. I don't know if you saw that, but I just kind of keyed it in from the side there. I don't know what that's for though. I don't know if that's right or not. Pop. This is one of the benchy seedy things here. So here we have a couple of the seats that go on the sides. Okay, so I'm somewhat guessing here, but I imagine these go on the sides. Imagine that's where these panels slip in. It'll probably go like this here. And then these go like this. There's some screws here that I need to put in. It looks like this will go like this. Very cool. So at the middle bench heater panel and connect the middle level bench heater into the rear wall outlet. So I'm suspecting they're talking about this one here. Oh, I see. Yeah, so that's gonna go into the side. They're actually the plugs on the side. See, there are the plugs on the side where that's gonna go. HT2, HT1, HT4. That's a little bit confusing. Okay, so here we can see how we plug it in. This one has HT2 on it. This is HT2 there. Okay, well that one worked. HT2. Instead of that HT4. People can say I have a screw loose. So the middle bench heater panel. Connect a middle level bench heater into the rear wall outlet. So that's that one. I'm in the middle rear. Doesn't really tell you much about putting the screws in it, does it? So here we have a view of what these latches work like. So it's kind of a little springy mechanism that you can push in like that.
Let's get it closer. So you just push in like that and it pops open. So the interesting information here, dry bath sauna. Here are the 6 different buckles in the back. So I was wondering about the screws and when did I put the screws in, and it says with big bold underlined here, it says after the front wall panel is installed, the lower bench supports can be screwed in. So I'm glad I didn't screw any of these screws in just yet because I haven't put the front door panel on. So the next step will be putting the front door panel on. And it looks like I'm put the other one in right because this one has the wire over here and that's going to go the other way. So we'll put that guy in. I don't think there are any more screws I need to do in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and put this chair holder bench support. So I've got all this stuff. Need to put these benchy things, backrest things in there. Not quite sure how they figure 6 people can fit in here. So here we have one of the, oh, I see, that's cool. Well, it looks like you can have it one way or the other. Since I'm not going to be, huh, that's cool. Look at all those put in. I didn't realize they were reversible. So these are the 2 smaller ones, and honestly, we'll probably never recline because our bodies aren't really that small. So oh, it's not used. That one appears to be longer, so can't just put both of them down at the bottom. So I'll put this one at the top then. No, I won't. Well, that's interesting. That's why. Oy. So as you can tell on this one, the hole only goes back into that. Right now the hole is facing forward. It's easy enough to fix. Just flip-flop this guy. Voila. Now we'll put this in here, but I do still need to screw it in, so I'm just going to test fit all of this. I can pull it all out to put the screws in later. Again, we have another recliner type. There's no way, I just don't see us ever using the recliner. It's really not size for us. All right, so there we have our sauna at least dry fit all together. Still need to put the screws in there, screws in there, screws in here, screws in here, there. But yeah, it's looking a lot like a sauna. I'm getting kind of excited to use it. Now my beautiful assistant is going to help me. We're going to use these lifting straps because it is heavy and we want to lift it from the bottom because there's so much weight in the glass. Hot dog. That one in? All the way? Yeah, I think there. Ah, there we go. So we've install the wall panels, and they look like this. Let's see, where was it? They look like this. The guide and guide inserts are used to connect the front panel to the left side panel and right side. The buckles are used to connect the rear wall to the left side panel and right side panel. So we did is we had to key those into their keyhole. So
The roof panel.
So now that we've done the front, we can do the roof panel. Carefully lift the roof panel up and over the sauna. Gently sit the roof panel on top of the sauna room. Connect the plugs according to the respective labels. Connect the control plug from the power supply to the control panels, then screw together. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the wires through. Try to lift it straight up. Try to pull these wires up through the holes. That's that one. Okay. Next one right here. That's two. Going through can be kind of tricky. Okay. Ever so gingerly pick it up. Get the DB15 plug. It's going to be close. Well, still have. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect up all of the little sub-miniature plugs. So here we have a DB15 plug. 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, DB15. So I don't think I'm going to screw them in just yet. Make sure I get them right. Probably fine just to leave up here. That's the buzzer I just hooked up. See the buzzer. So apparently there's a little annunciator that tells you something at some point. Then we have the control box here. So here's the cables. See the 20 amp plug. Make sure that they reach all the way to the back. Looks like they're meant to run down this chase here. Oh, goody. Wouldn't you know that that is not long enough. Yeah, that's done. So this says HT1, this is HT1. Plug that one together. This is HT2, HT2. And those cables are too short. Run them both down the same track here. Okay, little box here. Oh my gosh, they're both so stinking close. This is HT3. Oh, there's my little vent. Cool. HT3. Plug that bad boy in. So here right next to the stereo we have HT3 again. Not sure that this wiring label makes a whole lot of sense to me. That there. Okay, so there's a bunch of different wires here. So that's probably what that explanation was for, the paperwork in the box. Let's get this guy. HT2. That's HT1. So now that's pretty much all of those. Another buzzer, got another DB15 plug, buzzer, annunciator. Where's this annunciator? Oh, it's over here. No, that's weird. That one was ran into the hole. It went down the hole when I never pulled it up, I guess. I'm not a big fan of annunciators. They'll probably be loud enough up on top. Right. Well, I think that does it for all of the connections. Till I get to the electronics. And I decided now was a good time to put this on, seeing as how I locked myself out once. So I'm assuming the handle may be hot when Sauna is in use, goes on the inside. That seems to make sense. Take the set screw out. Both sides. Side apart. Interesting. Installing the front door handle. Next, the inner and outer door handle needs to be mounted to the glass door. Please see figure 29 and figure 30. The glass door must sit between the two white washers. The screws are inserted from the inside of the glass door and screwed into the outer handle. Be sure not to over tighten screws or you will shatter the glass door. That would not be fun. Next, the inner door handle needs to be inserted over the screws. Use the provided hex wrench. Nice handle. Solid. I'm gonna take this little blue stuff off of here. I'm going to get this situated. Put these screws in here. One in the middle. No, doesn't look like it is. Three screws. So I got a couple screws put in here. Probably just try and keep that as tight to there as I can. That.
my camera stopped recording because I ran out of memory in my memory card. But I was able to get the stereo deck in. I was able to get the little monitor in. It's kind of a trick to hold it up and get all of the screws in here because they're really short. But that's in now, ready to go. Got that in. I'll go up top and show one of the problems I had. I couldn't figure out how to get it to mount up there with what they'd provided, so I kind of improvised with a screw in the back of the deck and then also a little strap of metal that had holes in it. So yeah, I'm pretty close. I wish I could have showed you putting all the screws in, but instead I ended up putting these screws in. That was pretty straightforward. I put the screws in the bottom. You saw half of that. One of the things that I didn't do was drill the holes straight out on the very bottom into the glass door because I figured it would probably split. So I ended up drilling them at an angle. I don't know if that was right or not, but I also ended up 2 screws short for some reason. So I had to use some of my own screws on the one side. And like I said, again, I drilled them down at an angle into the front door and into the base. However that ended up going, because I felt like going straight out into the glass door area would either split the wood or something. And then one of the difficult issues I had was actually with the benches. So what I ended up with here is these holes here are so close to this back panel that I had to improvise on how to get them to work. So what I ended up doing is I recently bought these super long extensions that all just clip together. I love them, and I was able to get the screws in the back here with that long extension. Otherwise, my drill would have hit up against this little grate cover over the infrared heater. I mounted the stereo holder here using some screws, and there's, 8 of them that I ended up putting in. And then I slid the deck in. It took me a little bit to get there's a little collar on here. I had to pull that off. I thought it would fit originally, but then I ended up having to pull that collar off by popping a couple of little tabs on the side, and then the collar slipped off, and I was able to get that up inside of there. This is how the deck ended up looking on this side. So I just used like a truss screw here and bent this piece of metal with holes in it, that like a strap that came with the actual stereo deck. And then I plugged in the video RCA cable into that LCD monitor. This, I believe, is for the light, this white cable here. And this is what actually powers the little LCD display. Hook that up, comes off of this little wiring harness here. And then in order to find out what the wire color code is, it's all on here. Took me a second to figure that out. But then all of the speakers just hook on. It doesn't really tell you front and back. It's just basically a left or right. And then there's your antenna connection right there. So that's how the stereo went in. I wish I could have showed it to you. One of my biggest complaints so far with the Sauna has been that these are just too short. I could probably get the one in, but I'd rather not, pull it as tightly as it can go. Fortunately, I was able to get some full 20 amp extension cords. Now we're gonna have our moment of truth. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh man. Are you kidding me? The grounds are wrong. What are they wrong here too? These are reverse. Huh. They're mirror images of each other. How does that even work? Did these work on this? Oh my gosh. No. Oh boy. So what I ended up having to do was rotating this around. And I was fortunately able to hook all of this up. And this one I pulled this wire that goes down there, some of the slack out. I think it's a light or something down there.
pulled some slack back, which freed up some of this cable, which now at least will reach. So it shouldn't go anywhere, but this one was fine. It's a little shorter than I like, but it will still reach the outlet. Our moment of truth has arrived. Let's see what we get. All right. All right, we got power according to this. So I can push power on. Do we want imperial or do we want Celsius? There's Fahrenheit. Okay. 151, wow. I don't think my 150, wow, that's really gonna be cooking. What's this say? Time. Let's see, wow, this goes way up. It must have maxed out everything. Power. 30 minutes. See, that's a exterior light. See if this works. Huh, that didn't work. Off. Start. Oh, start, there we go. Does it work now? No. The monitor works. I gotta turn this one on too. Start heat. What's that say? TFT power. Turn the monitor on. All right. I wonder if this will light now. Oh, look at that. Yeah, cool. Not quite sure what that does. Is there a light switch over here? There. Ah, yeah. Got a little bit of blue color. I wonder if you can toggle the color in here. You probably have to use the remote control. Here we go. We have our 3 remote controls. So that should turn that on and off. Yeah, it does. Nice. Back on. I wonder if this will work. Turn it on. There's some noise. Remember what? Seek. Seek, there we go.
¿No sería importante
Forgives me, right? So it can't mean that. What does it mean? Well, basically in the big picture of it all.
There we go. Wow, that really went fast. Seek. Somehow it's not seeking. Oh, that's equalizer. No, I want this. Takes a while to boot up. Yeah, it's warm. Maybe. Now I'm going to demonstrate the remote. So I got this kind of blue light right now. Let's see what we get. What's that? That's brightness. Dim it way down, turn it way up. What's this? Colors. Oh, red. Wow, that's red. Now it's green, blue, kind of a teal. I don't know. That's like a green yellow color, purple color, aquamarine, orangish. Okay, what's this shade? Oh, you can have different shades of the same color. Oh my goodness. Dark red, lighter red. That's just too much right there. That's pretty cool. And you can toggle between the colors just by pushing the different colors. Wow, that's kind of neat. And I kind of like the red. Turn it to like bright red. It's weird. It's like changing colors. So that setting must be change color. Red. No, it's still changing colors. I guess you got to push the color for it to actually come up and stay there. It's red. Getting up to 90 in the 90s. Very cool. Well, that's pretty exciting. So it's all the remotes now. So I see all the 3 different remotes in here. I think it's time for me to actually use the sauna. That's exciting. It's been a long time coming and a dream we've had since we decided to move into our new home. So it's really exciting. I have to show my wife now, see what she thinks. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful time in your sauna. Bye.